Hey guys, so I'm in a really ranty mood. I'm gonna try and get this out without being too mean, but I'm annoyed. You see, the other day, Damie and I flew with Jetstar to Sydney, and oh my god, can we just talk about the worst customer service ever. Like, I totally understand if people are having a shit day because they have a shit job, but I do expect to at least be treated politely and like an adult. So Jetstar is that cheap, tacky airline that you don't really want to fly with, but you want to save money, so you put up with things like really bitchy staff members and having to pay like $10 to eat an M&M. Anyway, so we'd never flown Jetstar before, but we knew that our tickets allowed us 20 kilos of check-in baggage as well as 2 pieces of carry-on baggage. So I had a backpack full of precious camera gear and a bag of clothes, and Damie had the same. Now, I didn't really want to check in my camera gear because we all know how delicate baggage staff are with your precious things.
Wait, where's Frey gone? Neil, did you tag this? No.
But as I said, we had a 20 kilo baggage allowance, so if we were told to check it in, we wouldn't be stuck in a bad situation. We were so wrong. So as I said, having never flown Jetstar before, we didn't know if our bags were too big or too heavy, so we went and asked a Jetstar staff member from the check-in area if we needed to check them in. That's the right thing to do, yeah? Ask a representative of the airline who works in that department, who deals with this stuff on a daily basis, who knows the rules and we don't. Sounds like you'll be getting the right information from a Jetstar staff member, doesn't it? So this Jetstar staff lady assessed our bags, and you know what she said? Oh no, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Remember that part, guys, because it's important. So we check in, all good, get our boarding passes, go through security, arrived at our gate about 15 minutes before boarding time was due to start, and then we sat on the floor with our bags and waited. Then this blonde lady who had really unusually thin, angular eyebrows drawn on, I'm gonna call her frowny brows. She came over and she was like, "Can you girls bring your bags over to be weighed?" So we obeyed, and Damie went and popped her bags on the scale. Okay, so you're double over the limit. So that's a $50 service fee to put your bags on the plane.
And I was all like, oh, but we asked the lady at the counter and she said we didn't have to check our bags in.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job here, okay? You're over the limit. You should have checked it in. Yeah, but that's why we specifically asked at the counter and one of your staff told us not to. Well, if that did happen, there would be notes on your boarding pass, okay? So I'm gonna have to check your bags too. Yeah, I understand, but we have a 20 kilo allowance on our ticket, so why would we just not check them in? I mean, we would have happily checked them in, but one of your staff members told us not to, so how is that our fault? Look, I'm not responsible for what happens up there, okay? You are over too. You are going to have to pay $50 to get your bags on the plane. Yeah, but why can't we just take our bags back up and check them in ourselves? Because you're not going to make it. The plane boards in 10 minutes. You've got 10 minutes. You can't check in that quickly. Excuse me. Yes, we can. We're young, fit girls. We can run. It's not even that far away. And they have these magical things called shortcut lines for people who are late, so you can just check in immediately without waiting. Plus, it was only 10 minutes until boarding started, aka until the big giant line started to line up. And if you ever boarded a plane, because that line takes at least 20 minutes to get through, at least. At this point, a brunette lady came over for backup, having seen what was going on. And I was like, cool, this lady's gonna sort us out. But no. Look, girls, it's $50 to put your bags on the plane because you two are not gonna make the check-in, okay? Yeah, but we would if you weren't holding us up. You're gonna miss this flight and then you're gonna have to buy a new one, okay? You're not gonna make it. Wow. Okay, so let's revise how that could have been said politely. You know, the way you're supposed to treat your customers. Oh, okay, so you're both over the limit, so here are your options. You can either pay us a $50 service fee for us to check your bags in, or you can run back to the check-in counter and try your luck there. But I have to let you know, if you do miss your flight, you're gonna have to book a new one. So what would you like to do? See? Polite. Give your customers options. Don't condescendingly bark orders at them implying they lack ability. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, when you drew on those eyebrows this morning, did you accidentally make them all angry looking and now do you have to be a bitch all day to match them? We were so furious at this point that we took our bags, undid the sectioning rope that they had trapped us in, and began to rush off to the check-in. And as we were racing off, the brunette started yelling out to us. No, hold on girls, come back. Come back here, come here. Who talks to the customer like that? Like, what are we, your pet dogs or something? something? Oh, I'm sorry. I only respond to the high frequency whistle. I am so pissed off at this point. We've been spoken to so rudely, and now she is screaming at us in front of everyone. I mean, I used to work in retail, and some of my customers used to piss me off to the point that I wanted to kick their heads in. But I would never speak to or yell at a customer like that. I would just make rant videos about them and upload them to YouTube. So Screamy McScream comes waddling over to us, and I just turn around like, what? Could I please see your boarding passes? Why, you want to delay us some more so we can miss our flight? No, I need to check them. And I was reluctant, but I assumed that maybe she was going to check if our 20-kilo allowance was actually on the ticket and then take our bags for us. So I handed mine over. Then she took her sweet time waddling over to the desk and then talking to the lady behind the desk for ages, and then finally shuffled back. I didn't even listen to what she said when she came back. I just snatched back my pass, and me and Damie just ran back to check in. This kind of Louna doesn't come out very often. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't get angry easily. I only talk this way to people when they treat me like shit. Anyway, so it took not even 3 minutes to get back to the counter. A lady was calling out the last call to our flight, so we got to skip the queue and check in immediately. Didn't I say that happens? Security then took about 5 minutes, and we ran back to the gate. And guess what we saw at the gate? A big ass line of people just starting to board the flight. Oh, but no, we wouldn't make it. We would miss the flight. We couldn't check in that quickly. I sound like Chandler Bing. We even had time to go buy a nice refreshing bottle of water. That's how much we made it. Anyway, as we finally passed through the ticket scanners, we noticed that Screamy McScream and Frowny Brows were trying to avoid eye contact with us, and I really wanted to shove it in their faces, so I just yelled out, oh, what's that? We made it? Jetstar? More like get staff that actually know how to do their job. Anyway, so I'm never flying with them again. Anyway guys, let me know your stories of awful customer service in the comments below. Here are my favorite comments from my last video. And thanks to this amazing person for drawing me. I'll put a link in the description to Damie's rant on this topic if you want to get her side of the story. But that's all I got for you for now, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! If you would like to exit the plane because your air hostess is being a total bitch, the exits are here, 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 and here. Like, come here this instant because I don't have the energy to deal with this today. You'll be fine with those, that's fine. Just, you might as well take an elephant on board while you're at it. This is my job. I shouldn't have to actually do work at my job. You young children gallivanting across Australia, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, I come here to check out all the hot guys who are trying to check in, alright? Come here now. Come here. Do a little number 1 on the little newspaper that I've left for you. Did you want to take your whole gym set on board as well? Because that should be fine too. I'm just trying to find a man who will put up with my eyebrows. What's that? Did you go wee on the carpet? Did you go wheeze on the carpet? I've got a small chihuahua at home who's waiting for me, so I don't have enough time to deal with this. Did you bring your television set? Because that'll fit on board. That'll be fine also. If you're feeling hungry, we provide on-board snacks. However, it will cost you to look at the menu, and it will then cost you to pick an item, and then it will then cost you to eat that item. Also, if you need to use the bathroom, it'll cost you. Please let us know if you're doing a number 1 or a number 2 so we can charge you accordingly. Look, if you come back here, I'll give you a schmacko. You'll be fine, everything's okay, cause everything's great in Jetstar land. Okay, well, you're just a customer, so how would you know about our protocols and our policies and our other words starting with P? You don't. Alright, everything looks good. You've definitely got a ticket, that's for sure. Little did I know that the person I was being a bitch to is actually a YouTuber and can tell the story about me to thousands of people. Jetstar, more like get stuffed. We hope you enjoy your flight with us today.